Alright, back on the computer, I'm going to make a little tab to screw in up at the top, so I'm going to go to the design that I already created. This would be, I believe, this one. Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to tinker this guy a little bit. Okay, so this is what the general piece looks like. Again, in the top corner, we're going to want a little tab that comes out a little bit. So the best way I could think to do this is going to be a duplication of this item a little bit, and we're going to kind of extend the piece out. I could just add on to it. That might honestly be simpler to do. But I want it to be completely level with itself, and the best way I can think to do that is to have a second piece exactly the same. Zoom in a little bit and control it. Alright, so I'm going to aim to try to keep a piece of it. Oops. I'm going to try to keep a piece of it exactly, so that there is a tab that goes past the piece. So the orientation of the top piece is going to be actually just like this one is set up. So in the corner, I want the tab piece to be here. So that's not too bad. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to rotate out, I'll call it 45 degrees, right? And essentially, that's what I want to be there, a tab on the top that I could drill our screw into. But I don't want this second overlapping piece. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it over here. Move that one out of the way so I can have a nice little workstation. I'm going to create a square. And I just want to steal essentially that top piece. So I'm going to be creating a piece that encompasses all of this. Perfect. You see that little lip that needs to disappear, so I need to pull it out even further. There we go. I'll make this a hole, and you'll see in just a moment when I combine these two pieces, flatten them, I will have just a floating triangle, exactly. So I'll pull this down, I'll add this to the top, and that should be more or less exactly what we're looking for. Now the thickness of this piece is going to be exactly as thick as the other piece. That's helpful. We'll prove it by doing that. I do want it connected, so I need to be very careful. I'll actually have to set in a little bit. That looks good from all angles. And I don't really need, or want really, to go out to the end here. So that's more or less what I want. I'm going to make sure that the angle that's 60 wide, so I want the base of this particular triangle to also be 60 wide, and it is perfectly. They are touching, so now if I were to take this piece and I were to flatten this piece, now I'm going to have a printing issue. No problem. So what we've got is a large flat piece. Let's go ahead and drop this bad boy. I'm going to have to export this. Change its name to something a little more obvious. Hanger top. Good enough. That'll be all I need to know what it is. I will export this to an STL file. And let's go visit Cura. So here's how I printed 4 of them before. I'm going to use the exact same settings. But I'm just going to go and eliminate. Okay. Download the piece into Cura. It's called Hanger Top. We'll copy, drag, drop. It automatically drags, automatically drops. That shouldn't be too much of an issue. So the issue we are going to have with 3D printing this is supporting this piece. So the one change I'll have to make really is to support. I only want to support the build plate. We'll probably drop that to about 60. We'll see how that works. All right, slice that bad boy and see what it looks like. Okay, let's preview this and see if it's going to work. So it creates a raft for it to sit on up top there, not too shabby. It's a couple thick. I'm going to back in and make sure there's no places where I need to add infill because I just don't want to deal with that. Oh, excellent. I'm going to see if I can get these pieces to come in a little bit more, so I'm going to actually push that up to about, I can go back to 80 and see how that looks. I'm going to keep it in preview mode to see how far it moves in. Should probably be a bit better, maybe not. Yeah, we're not looking at miracles there. We just mess around in 45, see what that does for us, if anything at all. It might not do much. Not too much. We'll see. Might fail, but it looks good so far. Let me plug in my card reader so I could save the file. Get the 3D printer going. And it says about an hour and 20. Save this file. Remember, it is called Hanger Top. And that's about where we can stop this video.